Once upon a time, in a cobwebby old mansion lived an orphan boy whose name was Oliver. He was a curious boy. He had inquisitive eyes, messy brown hair, and he always had a bunch of gadgets and gizmos scattered around him. One day, while exploring the dusty attic, Oliver found a music box hidden beneath a stack of moth-eaten blankets. He wound it up and a lovely tune filled the air as a tiny ballerina twirled inside. Suddenly, a booming voice echoed through the attic. "Stop right there, you meddling child!" Startled, Oliver turned around, but there was no one there. "Who said that?" he called out, but only silence answered him. Then he heard a small voice coming from the music box. "It was me," it said. "And if you're going to pester me, I'll have to pinch you." And as if to prove its point, the little ballerina grabbed the prince's horse and pinched the horse's tongue. As it turned out, the music box was actually a cuckoo clock, and the cuckoo was a grumpy yet magical creature named Calcifer. And Calcifer told Oliver that he was the new apprentice, which meant that Oliver would have to wind him up every day to keep him going. But soon, Oliver noticed something strange. Every time he paused the clock, time seemed to stop in the outside world as well. At first, it was just for a few seconds, but gradually it lasted for longer and longer. At first, Oliver thought it was a handy trick. It allowed him to sneak an extra cookie from the jar without anyone noticing. Or when Mrs. Periwinkle, the head housekeeper, asked him to clean the fireplace, he could just pause time and poof, it was done. But then he started to get greedy. After all, what's the harm in pausing time for a bit longer? So next time he found himself in trouble, he paused time and kept on counting. And soon the entire town froze. Oliver had so much fun being the master of time. He played pranks on his friends, he made the baker make him extra cakes, and he even made the mayor award him the highest Medal of Honor, although technically that last one wasn't really a prank. Meanwhile, back at the mansion, Calcifer grew more and more distressed as he noticed that his magic was fading. You see, every time Oliver paused the world, it also stole a piece of his memory. At first, Calcifer didn't think much of it. After all, how much remembering do you need to do? But then he realized that if Oliver continued to ignore him, he might just forget him completely. So to get Oliver's attention, Calcifer started to break the fourth wall and yell, "Hey, Oliver, you gotta remember me or else I'll die." But of course, Oliver couldn't hear him. In fact, he didn't even seem to remember that he had a pet cuckoo clock. So then Calcifer tried a different approach. He started to sob, but that didn't work either. So then he did something drastic. As Oliver was making Mrs. Periwinkle dance the can-can while everyone else was frozen, he paused time and flew over to the clock. "Hey, buddy, why don't we rewind time a little bit and put her back in her room before she dances herself to death?" suggested Calcifer. Oliver pondered this for a moment, then grinned mischievously and said, "Nah, it's too late for that. I think I've gotten pretty good at controlling time by now." And with that, he sped time forward until Mrs. Periwinkle was indeed dancing her way into her grave. Realizing that his plan had failed, Calcifer gave up hope. Maybe it was better if he forgot Oliver. That way he wouldn't have to watch him destroy everything. But just as he accepted his fate, Oliver finally remembered him. "Of course," he said with a start, "I almost forgot. We need to rewind time. Whatever happens, don't forget me." And together they reversed time until Mrs. Periwinkle was safely tucked away in her room. From that day on, Oliver was a lot more careful with his powers. He learned that being the master of time isn't about controlling it, but about savoring every moment. Thanks for coming along with us on this adventure. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Good night, little one.